Hello, you can tell I put some dry shampoo in. I have not done my hair, but it has definitely gotten light. But I tried. Mama tried with her hair. It's November. Thanksgiving is coming. Okay, we're gonna talk about everything. But Black Friday deals are coming out this week. So if you aren't a part of my email list, click the link in the description and it'll say shop Saint. Just create an account. Don't shop. You don't have to shop for anything. But if you create an account with me through that link, you'll receive an email as soon as it drops. If that's important. I will be putting the information here on YouTube, in my Facebook group, on the Instagram. November is my jam. Like, I'm going to be super active, I think, in November on Instagram. I know I haven't been, but that's okay. And it's going to be so much fun. But I'm going to focus on sharing with my email list first with Black Friday deals that are coming out. Black Friday deals are great because people are on, there's so many reasons why Black Friday deals are good, but people are on a budget. You're trying to buy for all the people, all the things, and make things special and sweet and make people feel important. Giving gifts feels good. I like to give more than I like to get. I don't like receiving gifts. It always makes me really, really uncomfortable. I don't know why, but it does. But I do love to give things to people for the holidays that's special. Good morning, yay! I just realized over the last 2 lives on my Facebook group, I can't see my comments. I need to work on that. But here I get to see them, yay, good and bad. But I'm getting really good with the bad. with blocking people and recognizing all the things. But I'm just so glad. But Black Friday is when you can get things that aren't typically available. You can get things you've been wanting at a discounted price, maybe brushes, but they're great. Saint is great as stocking stuffers. And that's one of the things that I like. I know it's Thanksgiving is my jam, but Christmas to me is all about the stocking. Like, I'm trying to bring back the magic of the sock. Like, brush cleaner fits in there. My voice is so good. It's feeling a little raspy, but thanks. But good morning. I don't know why I get uncomfortable receiving gifts. I just do. It gives me anxiety. I always feel like I have to give something back. Like, oh, I didn't get anything for you. But I don't expect anything back when I give. It's just like, it's a me. It's not them, it's me. So we're going to do our makeup. I'm going to use the shade of the month, which is Frost. And I know that it's a particular shade. It's turquoise. And I took it with me this week and I was doing my makeup in my car, but this is Frost. It's like a seafoam turquoise. All right. And I think it's very pretty. And this is what I used all weekend. And it's lovely. It's a lovely color. I think I want to do this with Oak instead of Basic just to punch it up a little bit. So we're going to punch it up a little bit. And I'm going to talk about just bringing it back to the basics once I get to my face, because I always do my eyes first. And when we get to the face, yes, Nick, I am married. So once I get to the face, we're going to talk about just like making it really simple and breaking it down. But Nick, we're talking about makeup here, so I don't know if this is your thing. But I took this little bag with me. I took my setting spray. I'm going to say something about the setting spray that I love the Plush and Prep setting spray. I don't know what happened this weekend. I didn't change Crazy Elevation, but when I sprayed it, it started leaking like crazy. I would almost bet that they're going to go through a bottle refresh. They've done it before. It takes them forever, but they should be looking. Yeah. And I wasn't real happy with that. And full disclosure, they changed their damage policy. So if you receive something damaged, they are requiring you to send it back. I don't like that. They charge a restocking fee, but I mean, if I get something damaged and I send you a picture, come on, people. So happy November. Let's get into it. But I think I'm pulling out my pumpkins, all of them. Okay. Hold on just a sec. Okay, so we're going to get into the eyes, and it's all in here. I like when everything can just fit in one handy dandy little place. I'm going to use, I've been using a beauty blender to apply my setting spray, or I use one of these little poofs. Either one will work absolutely just fine. And I have I want to give a heads up here because I know I get a lot of people here. Good morning, Karen. Ooh, Karen, I need to talk to you. I do need to talk to you. I need to message you about a duvet that I need help with. Okay. This brush, I can't remember what it's called. Saint came out with it, or it didn't come out with it. This was sent to me because I hit a sales mark or something, and they sent this to me with things. And I'm going to be sending out, or I'm going to be posting a short. So it's not going to be a video. It's going to be one of the little shorts. So follow, subscribe, turn on notifications. I want this to be released to customers. And so when I create this short, I need everybody to go and put an emoji on it, like it, say why they want this brush. Okay, this is the 3D brush. However, gosh, I wish I could remember what it's called, but it has an eyeshadow brush, the fluffy end on this side. And then, let's get that in there, the small end over here. I'm going to be doing a short using this brush, showing how it works, which we know how it works, but I'm going to show it being used. But I'm going to need your help because I want to share the comments. I want to share all of the information about the views, the comments, the likes, all the things. When you share it with people, it tells me, but I want to share that with Saint because then maybe they'll release it to customers. So, all right, okay. Happy birthday to Lexi. Oops, hold on just a second. I need to, okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, you've been testing out the Supergoop SPF Resetting Spray. Yes, I was wondering if anyone else in the morning makeup has tried it. I like the resetting spray, but I mean, I like a lot of things. I think in the winter, it's really great. I do think if you're doing it for the SPF, I think it's a great summer product, but I also think, hold on just a second. I do think that it's good to have a good SPF to put on first, and then you can put the makeup on, and then you can use the resetting spray. I think the resetting spray and the resetting powder is great to have in a pool bag because SPF needs to be reapplied every 2 hours. And if you're wearing any makeup over, I go to the pool with makeup on. Not a lot. I don't go full glam, but I do put makeup on. And there it is. When I wear that, I still have to reapply it. I'm having a really hard time. I know there's always this like 10-minute bubble of BS. Okay, you constantly have to reapply. So if you have to reapply, I think the resetting spray is really good, but if you are oily, the resetting powder is really good. All right, I am going to put on, this is my Shadow Sense by Lip Sense. I use the color Candlelit. They have some shimmers. They have a lot of different shades to help with a lot of different skin tones. And if you're looking for a good primer, this is a great one. There is a link in my description. And it's this stuff, it just, if you need it to last, so in a couple of weeks, I have an event on a Friday. And I need my makeup to last all day, but I also need it to last all night. Not all night, but into the evening. Your eyeshadow will last. You may need to do a couple touching up, punching up a couple colors, but yeah. All right, we're in a really weird pocket today, but we are definitely gonna roll with it. All right, we're gonna put this on, and then again, I have all of this linked. I've done really well this month, and I've linked everything. BK Beauty 203. This is a good brush and my skin's in a really good place as far as applying, because if you ever notice that your makeup's just not sitting right, there's a couple of things you can do. One is shaving your face, and you can go to somebody and have it done professionally, probably the best way. But I just use a Tinkle razor. My girlfriend yelled at me the other day about it, but you know, I don't have time to go late and have her shave my face. but I shave my face. I do really good skincare lately. I am trying a new one. I had somebody ask me to try it, so I'm going to try it. And she's my friend, so I'll do that for her. But we just use this brush to press out this product, and it makes it last longer. If you use your finger, I just think it compromises what's in it, and it doesn't have the stick you want. Okay, we're gonna put that on, and then I'm gonna go into my modular palette. I love this thing. I don't feel like it's a good travel compact, but it's a great, if you keep your makeup at your desk, if you are doing your makeup at home, in your bathroom, it's a great palette. This gets a little slicky. All right, just a girl, shout out hi. Okay, we're gonna go into Cupcake. I want a nice light base because I'm using this really light frost color, and this just creates a good blending surface. So we're gonna go from lash to brow. Senjen's eyeshadow as a primer in Candlelight, yes. Okay. And we're gonna go lash to brow, and this just keeps it nice and light. You see how light that is? It's nice. But again, this is all skin tone dependent. I'm a light medium. There's Pup, there's Paris, there's Mama. There's a lot of really good options. But when I'm using something really light like Frost, I want this good base to prep. And the way I like to apply Frost is with my finger. It goes on extra light if you use a brush, which if you want that, yes. This in the end will look light, but that is such a pretty color. But a lot of people are really scared of this color. You can make this soft, but you can make this punchy. And I'm gonna apply this starting at my lid. I'm glad your wife likes the channel. All right. We're going up. And we're just gonna apply that. Do you see? I feel like it's like an updated retro color. Like we had that blue in the 50s. I feel like this is an updated version. When I do my makeup like this, I always feel like, now I'm sure I'm wrong on this, but it makes me feel a little Priscilla Presley. I don't know what it is. But I'm gonna be using a cool toned brown with it. It's gonna look really pretty. Okay. Goes away at the end of, okay, yes, the eyeshadow of the month. That's why I talk about it a lot. I pushed Spell. I think I wore Spell every single day because it was so great. It was so great. But I kind of turned my nose up at this too until I started doing my makeup this way. And then I started loving it more and more and more. Okay, so I'm just gonna press this out on the lid, and I'm just fading this up. And I'm even gonna push it. I saw somebody put this, I'm gonna try it, and I could hate it, but they pushed it in. I'm gonna put a little bit now, but they pushed it in on the inner corner. I'm not a big fan of shimmer on the inner corner because I have maturing eyes, and it tends to make it look a little gunky and icky, and I don't like that. All right, daylight savings is also killing me, so my eyes are super bloodshot. All right. Let's see. I hear a little rumbling. If people want to check a YouTube history, I mean, how bad can YouTube history be? I don't think there's anything really bad to watch on YouTube, is there? I don't know. I guess I just don't look at the dark web of YouTube. Okay. Oh, you can... You know, I've been working on changing my husband's algorithm. And I do that by sending him things. Okay. Trust me, by the end of this, it's not going to look this bright. It's not, but this just feels, also, this may not be an everyday color. This could be an event color, like you're going on a date, and so you do things a little differently on a date. I like giving options, but I also like showing. Okay. I agree. It does not mean you don't trust people. Okay, we need to move on from this. This is a makeup video. Okay, I'm going to go with the Bright brush. I've been really liking this brush as an eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use Oak. I keep it over here. I've been keeping my brow colors here. So this is my typical brow color. This is my fill-in color. Oak is one of my top favorite colors. It's been my OG favorite from the first day. When I got color matched 5 years ago, I ordered this. Okay. Oh, Christmas. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Anyways, and a good relationship means when you look at the phone, there's nothing to worry about anyway. Anyways, we're not going to talk about this. Okay. But I like using this brush because if you have small eyes, this is a great small fluffy brush. It's smaller than any of those BK Beauty Small Eye Collection brushes. All right, we're gonna go into Oak, but I had this one at the very beginning 5 years ago. I've gone through more Oak than any other color. Any other color. Okay, grabbing a small mirror. If you haven't gotten yourself a palette too, if she's watching my videos, she needs this guy, and it is available. This is a great little stocking stuffer. Really good stocking stuffer. This is good for teens. This is good for your purse. This is good for brows. This is good for an eyeshadow. This is a really great palette. They are limited edition. They're easy to clean, and it's pretty, and that's a good stocking stuffer. Okay. I don't know if she's a customer. Find out if she's a customer of mine. Message me, and we can come up with a really fun little custom gift for her. So if I'm on her history, maybe we could come up with a really fun gift for her. Okay, Rain? Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna use this small brush, and I'm gonna start above my crease up here. And I'm just gonna windshield wiper. I'm using the lightest touch. We're gonna zoom in. I'm gonna grab it so we put that color on, and I'm just using the very tips of the bristles. Very tips of the bristles. This is super light, very simple, and I'm keeping it above the crease. I have a bit of a hood on the outside right here. It's this part right here. Okay. So we're going across just like that. We're gonna take this fluffy end and we're just gonna give it a nice little blend. As I'm doing that, it's lightening the frost. So don't look at it. Can you see? Okay, can we see the palette, this one? Okay, is the palette, it holds Saint makeup products. We discuss and view here, yes. Okay, inside of the palette, you can hold 2 full-size tins or 4 eyeshadows, and you can customize it to look like whatever you want. You can make her a really sweet little, anybody. This is great for teens too. Put a little bit of setting powder in there and maybe a foundation color so they can touch up at school, and it can just be in their locker, you know, stuff like that. Okay. Do I wear lashes too? I don't. I do when I need to. And I've been talking about this, and I don't like how long the shipping is, so I don't know. But I do like, and there's a link for my the lashes that I like. They're Lilac Street. They're affordable. And I like that they have a clear mascara that goes on top that takes the sticky off. So if you do your eyeshadow, it doesn't fall and stick to the glue, and then you end up with this gross coating when you look down. That's one of my biggest pet peeves about the glue on lashes, is I don't like seeing the strip on the top. I think it looks tacky. And I don't like that sometimes the glue will grab your eyeshadow when you put it on, and then you have this dull coating on the top. So there's 2 things. But I like Lilac Street, and I do have a link for it. I don't get paid if you get it. It's just a product that I really like to use, and they are glue under. I have a pair of magnetic ones that are being sent to me. We'll see. I haven't ever loved that kind. I do like the glue under ones. Okay, just getting that Oak. We're gonna just blend it out. We're getting me sidetracked here. The rainbow palette, it's so pretty. I'm gonna take, and I was gonna add some drift, but we're gonna wait till we're done with Oak. Again, starting over here, and do a light touch. You want this to be easily worked with. And when you go above the crease, this is gonna help hide this little piece of my skin, depending on where your hood lies. Everybody's hooded eye is different. You've been starting to do the cluster lashes. They look yes, are those the ones that have, I mean, that's what I do with the Lilac Street. It's like little tiny little strips so you can mix the lengths, because I don't want like 12s all the way across. I want 10s on the inside. Kiss Mascara. I have not tried those ones. Yes, the magnetic ones. I've done, what are they called? I have them right here. What are they? These guys. These are magnetics, and they come with anchors. See those? So if you look at them, these are ones I've tried, and I didn't like them because these anchors are just a little thick, and it's scary going in on your eye with them. But also I found they pinched the skin, and also you could see the anchors. So I don't use those anymore, but I did try them. I have a pair coming, and they come with an applicator. So you put a strip up at the top, they're trimmable, a strip at the bottom, and then you're supposed to be able to just pinch it. We'll see, because I'm gonna make a video. They did ask me to make a first impression, and I could make a first impression and hate it. But I'm not gonna lie. Yes. The cluster lashes, I do really like them. And I like that Lilac Street is affordable, And you get a kit. Do I have it? I think mine's upstairs. But you can get a kit. It comes in a silly little, it looks like a carry-on suitcase, but it's like this big. Anyways, it comes with everything if you get the starter kit, and I like mixing them. Where you put them under the lashes. Yes. Okay. More oak. I need a mirror. Need the mirror. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm cool toned, but I like a nice, or I'm warm toned on my skin, so I like a cool toned eyeshadow. I think oak is a nice medium color, but it can also be very romantic, and it pairs well with a lot of colors. But I'm just going to keep this open in this area here. We're going to have some eyeliner there, but there we go. I'm going to go into, this is the hard thing about the modular palette, is that we'll just do this. Okay. I'm going to go into cleaning off my tile. Cleaning tile, it's nice. You can get the small one. Okay, going into drift. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to sweep it up here. Super simple. If you're going, I had somebody ask me this weekend if the cleaning tiles are worth it. If you're using a brush like I am, where I'm using one brush, but you're dipping into, say, a seafoam color to a brown color and then maybe into a soft shimmer, you do want one of these tiles because it can easily mix and then you end up with brown all the way up to your brows, and you don't want that. Other than that, I would say no if you're using different brushes or mostly similar tones. I'm going to use my eyeliner next. We're going to use Maybelline Tattoo Studio, nothing fancy. Okay. It does look dirty. It comes together in the end. Everything comes together in the end. You got to trust the process. We got to trust the process. So we're going with this nice pencil. Everything I do for my eyes, I do with the intent of, I want to look younger at the end. I want the youth that's slipping away. My birthday is in, what's today? I think it's in 20 days. It's on the 24th. I'm going to be 44. And it's hard. It's hard out here. And everything I do is to keep the youth there, but to still age gracefully. So I'm not doing all of the things. Okay. Oh, my palette looks dirty. It does look dirty. That is the hard thing with palettes. I mean, you're touching makeup. It's makeup, not magic. If you touch it and you're putting it on your face, you're going to touch it and put it on your palette. These palettes do clean very nicely. So when you're going through and cleaning out your tints, replacing some colors, take everything out, spray a microfiber with some brush cleanser, and give it a little wipe down. Cleans it right up. I wish that they would come out with this modular palette in this pattern, because that is the easiest palette to clean. Palettes are meant to not be perfect all the time. There are some palettes that are better than others, but I will say these shimmery ones, they are pretty, but they look dirty fast. They do. And that's why I wish they would come out with this pattern, because it doesn't ever look dirty and it cleans off like a dream. Oh, Karen, it's okay. Trolls happen. I've gotten used to them. But we're going to go and we're going to waterline, because this is going to give my eye definition without closing my eye up too much. And then my eyeliner, I'm going to use Salem, because I know that Black Friday eyeliner is probably going to be part of the Black Friday sale. It usually is. It's not a good eyeliner. It's a cream black, but it doesn't set. Think about it. It's in a tin that goes in a palette that's not airtight. So it doesn't, and it needs to stay creamy. So it's not going to set, which means if you have hooded eyes especially, it's going to transfer. It's going to move, and it's not going to be great. But if you get the black powder eyeshadow, Salem, and you use a wet brush, it stays all day. It gives you a nice soft liner. If you like black eyeliner, but you don't want that harsh pencil, and you don't want to use a pen, using Salem with a wet brush is going to be better than using a cream. Don't get Black Friday. I don't recommend it to anybody. Okay, focusing this into the lashes on this outside here, just for a little lift. Just for a little lift. I don't do any injections anywhere. I've tried them. I don't mind them, but geez, the maintenance. The maintenance. Okay. You look, okay. Let's see, you use eyeliner. You look really good with it, but every time I try, it makes my eyes super red and they burn. What are you using as your eyeliner? Are you going into the waterline? Because my eyes are pretty red. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, but they look a little pink. And it's because I'm messing with them a lot and it will dull down. But if it's burning, stop. If it's burning, that's the sign that says we don't like that. Okay, we're gonna go with the Etch brush. This is my favorite eyeliner brush, and I'm gonna be using the Salem eyeshadow. It looks gray on the website. See how it has all of these different like dark black and then what looks like gray? That's because that's what I tap into with a wet brush. It doesn't do anything to it, still picks up nice and easy. Gonna take my Plush Prep Mist and I'm gonna spray I'm gonna try to do this without making a big mess. But we just need a couple drips. There we go. And then we just wipe it and get it just a little damp. It doesn't have to be, and I clean up the handle. Okay, we're gonna grab, here's how I put it on. We're gonna go tap, pull, just little taps and pulls, and then flick it off. Okay, tried using different ones, and they all do the same thing. Okay, use eyeshadow Everest and see if that helps. Ooh. Everest is super light on me. It's funny, it's kind of like some people like to wear chai. Chai doesn't show up on me at all. It's a great base for me. Okay, got a little bit on there. We're gonna zoom in so you can see how I apply this. Hang tight, there we go. And I'm going to stamp this on, and I just do the outer quarter and I go into my lash line here. Tiny but mighty. I'm not here doing bold. I come here to talk about how you wear your makeup every day. I'm not doing super glam. I will never be able to do super glam. I've tried it. I look like a clown. It doesn't look right. And I'm not going to use beauty filters, which a lot of people that do super glam use beauty filters to smooth their skin. But there's texture. Okay. You're replying to the person ever. Got it. Maybe for Everest, I should pay attention to names. Try not waterlining. Stop waterlining. Maybe that's all it is. It's just the irritation. It doesn't like it. So stop waterlining. And we're going to keep pressing, but using a setting spray over water. I know somebody on here was telling me I should put a drop of water on the eyeshadow. You can do that, but I think that the setting spray helps with the staying power of this. But this brush is so nice and little. And if you want it even thinner, the other side has a squared off end. But I try to keep my eyeliner within my crease and just above my corner, just above it. If I go all the way down, it's gonna pull my eye down, and I don't want it looking like this. I want lift. And so I worry mainly, I do a very small wing, very small. It's ridiculously small. Everybody's like, too small, barely can see it. The point isn't to have a beautiful wing. The point of my wing is to create lift. So I'm just adding and building and making this a little thicker, but I'm not making it bolder. But do you see how it just changes the shape of the eye just a little bit? Okay, I'm gonna take this and we're gonna go to the edge. I'm not waterlining, I'm just extending the lash line. I'm gonna turn my eyeball away. And we're just gonna add that little touch. And if you get any on your waterline, that's okay. We're not touching the bottom of the eye. We haven't done our makeup yet. So if it transfers down, you can easily just clean it up and wipe it away. Super simple. I'm gonna re-spray this just because I like mine to stay. Oh, I feel like it's gonna go crazy and I don't wanna spray everything. Just wipe it and go. But I like showing makeup that isn't gonna make people go like that in a way of like, what's on her face? I want them to double take and be like, oh, look at her face. Makes you feel good. Okay, you try to make the wing and you're getting better. Stamping, using this tiny little brush, stamping is key. Don't try sweeping and wiping. Your eyelid skin is gonna move. It's a movable skin. It's delicate. So you did the latte look this morning and talk about feeling, oh no, so out of your comfort zone. Blend it down. You could easily do the latte look and go lighter. So this could be a latte look if I used a different lid color. Really super easy. All right, stamping. So we're gonna stamp it on. It helps especially if you have a lot of movement on your lid. and I just work my way out. And then just flipping to the other side. And remember, your eyes are sisters, not twins. They have a lot in common, but they're not identical. And we're just gonna tap it out. And that's the way I like to make my tiny but mighty wing. Tapping makes it so easy. Okay, and then we can just go over here and we're gonna extend our lashes. Just adding this, instead of creating a big deep liner all the way across, because if you have eyes like mine, so I have, my hood is really out here. From the front, people will tell me you're not hooded. I totally agree. From here, yes. But from here, I don't know what you guys think this is, but I call it a little bit of a hood. And so with that, I work with it, and I'm just trying to create some lift. So I keep my brown up here because it adds depth and gives the illusion that it's not as hooded as it is. But when I turn, I mean, there's only makeup, not magic. There's only so much I can do. And so keeping my eyeliner within that fold helps, because if I let that fold come down, it's just gonna pull the eye down and lift. And also using setting spray and Salem eyeshadow or a black eyeshadow. MAC has a great one. Using a black eyeshadow with a setting spray, you can do Saint. You can take this as a technique and use it with whatever you have. But using that is gonna keep this from transferring. It's gonna keep it from smudging. It's gonna stay all day. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, mine are sisters, not twins either. Okay, but try tapping. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm gonna keep with my etch brush, but if you have hooded eyes, if you have maturing eyes, if you have a lot of lid movement, don't eyeline in the middle. It's gonna weigh it down, it's gonna shrink it up, okay? And so having that bit here is gonna add that lift. Adding that little bit of extended lash line is going, when we put our mascara on, it's gonna give it the illusion that it goes all the way across. If your eyes burn from waterlining, stop waterlining. We're gonna use mascara. We're gonna use mascara, okay. We're gonna go in, I'm gonna go into my creams. So send me your color match. Let's get you color match and let's customize a palette. My palette isn't your palette. And I'm gonna go in on the square end and we're just gonna grab a little bit. I'm using my main highlight. So this is the color that's closest to my skin. You can use a light color if you prefer. It's your face. Do what you want. Take my techniques, take what you like, leave what you don't. It's entirely up to you. I just like getting on here, talking to my people. I feel like we're starting to get into the good place, but I'm gonna waterline. Again, if it burns, don't do it. But we're gonna waterline it just a bit. And you could do this with a waterline where you're just kissing the lashes, but I'm adding this lightness above the lashes. Okay, you don't have to go to your eye, and then right where that liner was, you're gonna stamp it, and go in an upward motion. And then I'm going to also clean up the outside. You see what I'm doing here? We're just gonna clean up right here, and then you just take your finger and stamp it and press it out, but using this brush to blend things. I'm using this to also conceal. I have a little downward crease right here, and I'm just going into it to camouflage it, but I'm also cleaning up the under eye because I like a good smoky eye, but it really closes my eye up sometimes. But just by adding that lightness right there changes the shape of the eye. Do you see? And adding, if you go too white, once you hit this, the color of your eye, especially if you have dark eyes like I do, you're gonna see it if it's really white, but if it's more of a natural color, it just looks natural. Okay, grabbing some more of my main highlight, and I'm gonna hold this at an angle. So it's at a downward angle, and I'm just gonna waterline close to the lash line, not the full waterline. And I'm going all the way across, and then I can stamp. And then I can clean up going into that little crease right here, and then cleaning up inward. Does that make sense? Okay. I don't do enough shorts. I really need to. The bottom eye, okay, it is so similar. Are you the one that said it was like Marilyn Monroe? Because it made me feel so good. I want to be able to do, I've tried doing her little swooped wing, but because I have this going on, I can't do it. It just ends up pulling my eye down, but I want it so bad. I love her eyeliner so much. And if I always looked at people like this, I could totally do it. And I think it's overcorrecting up here that could be key, but I don't like, I have smaller eyes and I don't have a lot of real estate right here when I'm resting my face, that it really weighs my eyes down when I do it that way. So this is like a modernized Marilyn. Modernized Marilyn. I'm going to take more oak. I'm gonna go back into oak and we're gonna go back to the bright brush. I'm gonna get that and I'm going to use this small brush and we're gonna go right in the middle. Now, because I haven't done my whole face, I can go crazy and I could really just like put this everywhere. So this is why we do our eyes first. If you use a dark brown, don't go to your corner here. We're just putting this in the middle. Okay. Hello, Anna. If you have hooded eyes, if you have maturing eyes and you're wanting to have them be more youthful, more open and lifted, keep this space open, keep this space open. I don't recommend shimmers on the corners. Use brightness, but if you really love your smoky eye, like I love a good smoky eye, I just put this in the middle and that's the only place that I want to put it. Okay, and then you can make it really thick if you want to. If you're getting pictures taken, like family photos done, or a couple photos, engagement photos, whatever photos you're doing, and you want to overdo your bottom smoke out. You want it really thick because the camera's going to take away 50% of it. So if you go super thin, you're not even going to see it. So go extra thick and then clean it up with when you do your face later. And then you can control how much you bring it in. Use your phone to take pictures of yourself to see where it sits, see how you like it. That's my recommendation. Whenever I'm doing a wedding, I always ask the photographer to take a picture and show it to me. That way I could see, okay, do I need to add more color to the blush? Because what you look like right here is when you're face to face with somebody is great, but if you're getting married or doing engagement photos or family photos or whatever, couple photos, you want those colors to show. You don't want it to wash you out. When I'm watching shows, when I was getting my nails done, they sometimes play TV shows. I always notice that a lot of the broadcasters, the place I go plays a lot of news. They all look so washed out. So having a photographer take the picture for me so I can see it can tell me, okay, it might be really bold face to face, but those pictures that they get to take home forever, it's gonna show nice and natural. So you have to go a little extra if you're getting pictures taken. Okay. I got a cream for your, let's see, hold on, no. Shouldn't have read that one out loud. Okay. All right. There's always one that ends up coming through and I read it. I like to read the comments as much as I can because once the live ends, the comments do go away. And so if there's a question that's legitimate, that wasn't one of them. Okay, I'm gonna do my mascara. So if your eyes burn when you waterline, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna find, I tried the Tartelette 2B matte. I didn't like it because I like volume. If you have really full lashes, but you want them to look longer, this is probably a really great option. I want volume and some length. I've been using an eyeshadow, not an eyeshadow, a lash primer, and I'm starting to see it. Starting to see it. But when you're putting on mascara and you've done your eyeliner like this, okay. Oh, your family Thanksgiving is now the 17th. Okay. Your face is broken out. Okay. Yes, Aspen is amazing. Okay. Okay. If it isn't gone. You know, I'm sure you know this. Double cleansing at night and then also washing in the morning and finding a good skincare. I'm about to start a new one. I'm going to try out the Ramon. My girlfriend brought it over and she's asking me to try it. And for a friend, yes, I will. I'm using Beauty Society and I love the way my skin responds to it with the feel. It feels really hydrated, it feels really good. I notice it when I do my morning skincare, my makeup lasts longer, but my stuff is still here. And so it didn't give, and I've been using it for over 6 months and I thought I would see something lighten and I'm just not. So it's whatever. Okay. Okay. I don't know if anybody else sits and like reads the comments. Grab your popcorn sometimes, man. Okay, I'm using Babe Lash for Real. I also like Bare Minerals Lashtopia, and it's mainly the bristles on Lashtopia. I like those good full brushes. This one pleasantly surprised me. I didn't think it would give me what I wanted, but it does. Okay. Okay, hold on just a sec. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna take this, and so we put the liner out here, put it in here, we left the middle. If you want it to look like liner, you need to fill the base. So we're gonna put that on the base of the lashes, and we're gonna wiggle, 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 and then lift. Wiggle, 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 lift. Don't worry about the ends yet. We're creating volume first. And I like this brush because it has this little domey end, and it makes the inside of the eye easy, easy, easy. I always look down so I can see where I'm hitting and you don't end up stabbing your eyeball. If it happens, it happens. We've all been there, right? Okay. But you're really just working on wiggling and getting those lashes into those bristles and then pulling so it doesn't get chunky. Because if we just wiggle and let it go, it's just going to build up gunk, and then you end up with tarantula lashes, and nobody wants that. But by adding that volume, it's going to give the illusion that that eyeliner goes all the way across without weighing down your eyes. I love this little domey. And this is not a super expensive mascara. I think it's maybe $9. And I got it when I got the primer, or not the primer, the lash serum. I can't use words when I talk about that stuff. But do you see how adding that mascara and filling that base deepens and gives the illusion of a nice thin mascara? Okay, and you get that, it gives the illusion that my eyeliner here is reaching across and touching that eyeliner here. But it's really just the mascara. And then I can go in and I can add a touch to the bottom. I like to do this once I've given my brush a good emptying onto the top lashes, because I don't want too much. But I really just focus that on the middle. I don't try to go out here. All right, we're gonna reload, and we're gonna go over here to let it really get good and tacky. So wiggling and pulling, wiggling and pulling. So if you don't want a waterline because it's making your eyes burn, there is eye drops, I guess, that make the whites of eyes show. You can do that. Okay, so we're just building up that base. Oh, it's raining. Oregon in the fall. It's just all rain. All rain. Okay. We're gonna just wiggle, and we're just filling up that base. So wiggle, 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 pull. Wiggle, 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 pull. If you want good lashes, spend the time with your mascara. Spend the time with the mascara. I need to get it in there because they have done some really good sales lately. Okay, I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna work on the ends now, and I'm just gonna go and put this on like normal mascara, where you just go to the bottom and pull all the way up. Pulling all the way up, and then I go up and down on the tips. And this just builds that length by building up product on top of each other. And that's pretty darn good. So here it is, base built, tips built up also. You just keep on going. You just keep on going. But you see how it just adds that length by building up that product on top of it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, and so then we just put it on like normal, building up those tips. But by working it in two steps, because I know a lot of people do the two coats. I look at it as two different things. I'm working on building my base, but then after it tacks up, instead of building a second coating, I'm just building the length up. Building up the length, easy, easy. I think I spend more time on my eyes than I do the rest of my face. And then I gotta get this because I forgot. And if you ever mess up and end up hitting your face, let the mascara dry. My eyes are really bloodshot today. I thought I slept good last night. Maybe I slept too good. Okay, how do you color? You don't color eyelashes, you put mascara on them. You can do, I don't know. I'm not one of those people. I'm not an esthetician that does lashes and stuff like that. But I guess you can do a laminate, and that looks crazy. My friend does it, and every time she shows me a picture, it just kills me. I'm just like, that looks like it hurts. Okay. Oh, she says, okay, I see. Permed? Is that like where they put that little pink thing and then they comb your, it just like, I have such a hard time with it. tea tree essential oil. Okay. Permed is killing me. I think perm, and I think perm, like burning. Remember perms? Oh, oh, oh. Okay, I know we're super zoomed in, but I'm gonna stop here. I really want to add more frost, but I'm gonna wait to the end. But do you see how it was really, if you were here from the beginning, which I know is a lot because it's been 45 minutes, but do you remember at the beginning, frost looked really punchy. And as I added and blended it down. That's why I added it first, so that I have that kind of control, because I could always go in and add. But I'm going to add my face, and we're going to decide. I'm going to grab Ever Red, because I know that one's going to be coming out for Christmas, and everybody gets all nervous when they see the color, but it is such a beautiful berry. Such a beautiful berry color. Oh, it's so good. Okay, let's do our face. I'm going to grab my beauty blender and my setting spray. I'm going to spray the beauty blender, just one or two. And then I'm going to go over my redness and my chin first, because these are my problematic areas. Going around the creasing of my nose, right here on my go clean your room lines, and right here into my what lines when my husband tries to tell me something. Anyways, and this also will clean up under the eyes if you got fallout or you brought that eyeshadow down. So good. I've got hormonal breakouts. Fun stuff. Breakouts happen, okay? And just remember, we can mute the colors, but we can't mute the texture. Okay. Okay. Okay, it changed a whole. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. You don't have to wait for this dry. You can spray your face and make it good and damp. The nice thing about Saint is the creams work well even if your face is a little. Hold on, there we go. Okay. Got that one removed. What a jerk. Okay, let's have some coffee and we're going to move on. Why do I blink so much? Because I got eyes. And because I want to. Now you're going to just make me want to blink more. Okay, we're going to use a blend brush. And I'm going to do my correcting. I'm going to talk about it really quick. And then I'm going to use them as two separate things. I'm going to talk about correcting really quick. But then I'm also going to talk about applying and just keeping it simple. Okay, so I'm going to stay pretty zoomed in. I like to show my skin. Skin is real. Skin has texture. We got pores. We got breakouts. We got things. Skin is a texture. And it is pretty. I don't use beauty blenders. They drive me bonkers. It makes me so mad when people talk about makeup and use a beauty blend, like a beauty filter. Skin is skin. It should look like skin. It should move, and you should see things when it moves. I don't do injections. Okay, I'm going to use my three favorites, Aspen, Suede, and Frenchie. And I did use Audrey. I have used other colors too. I used Tiny Dancer. I've used Saint Tropez. Audrey is my favorite, but it's not available. I will push it more if it becomes available for the holidays, which I'm hoping that it does. Okay, I think I shared a video, and if you want to go find that video, it was just last week where I used Audrey. It's so good. If you want to like it, heart it, make a comment about wanting Audrey to come back, share the video. I can take the analytics from it, share it with Saint, and hopefully they'll bring it back, because it is better than Tiny Dancer. The tone of it works best with my skin. Okay, we're going to go into Aspen. This is going to handle my redness, and I'm nice and red today. Today, I've got some angry rosacea popping in, okay? And we're going to use this on the small end. You don't want to use a lot. We always just stamp in. I need to go get a new cedar, too. And we're going to go over my redness. And I use this with a light hand because I'm not looking to cover. I'm looking to dull. And I'm going to go around my nose here, broken capillaries. But do you see how it just dulled all that redness? That's the point of Aspen. This is what makes Aspen so good. Tea tree dried up your pimples. Yes, I do all that stuff too, but I don't know, this one's cystic, so there's nothing I can do about that one. But I'm just gonna go over all the little redness I have. I don't need to reload the brush. Okay, okay. Pink concealer, and used it just like you would have with Audrey, and it worked well. That's awesome. Did it set? Because that's one of my biggest things with not using Demi. Demi doesn't set. It's super creamy and it wipes off and mixes with the makeup. Okay. Is it an olive toned cream concealer? Are you talking about Aspen? Aspen is gray. It's the color of concrete. It's the color of concrete. And the method I think is gray would dull red. and I tried it, it worked, but it to me, these two, the big deal is the density, because I want it to stay where I put it. I want it to also camouflage some of my pores without filling them and clogging them. And so it camouflages the pores really well, and it stays where I put it, but then it's gonna hold my makeup on top. Oh, that's awesome that it's set. Okay, maybe I'll have to give it a try, because that would be amazing. So I just go through, I didn't reload the brush. I just went over and I muted the red. And that's all Aspen is really great for. It's muting the red. So if you have a breakout, so I have this little breakout, if I want to grab more, I can go and grab it. And it takes the red out. Okay, so I have a breakout down here. We're just muting the red. The texture's there. You can't take texture away. It's makeup, not magic. All we're trying to do is take the tone, still seeing the stuff. We just want to get the tone away. We're not wanting to add a heavy layer of makeup. You should not have a makeup. Let's zoom in some more. Let's really get in. You should not have a makeup texture. That means you applied too much. The makeup comes on and you're gonna see, makeup will always look like makeup, but this part of it is a veil. It's thin. But with Saint, it's 80% pigmentation. And with that means you get a bigger punch, less product. So it gives you that canceling, but it doesn't add a heavy layer. I'm gonna do the same thing. We don't need to be this zoomed in again. Okay, we're gonna be in, but we're not gonna be in. Okay, even your under eye darkness. We're gonna go into my next dense color, which is Suede Lip Liner. I picked this color because it's similar to hyperpigmentation. And so I have a big one right here, and we're gonna put that around it to help to camouflage. I also have hyperpigmentation coming up, like ivy. And I use the fluffy end of the blend brush. This is my favorite, hands down, all-time great color correcting brush, because it's a light coverage. And again, we don't want a heavy layer. We just want the tones. And this is gonna help to camouflage, and the density is gonna hold it on. Okay, we were always told green tones down red. Yes, they do, but also red isn't always red. Red isn't always red, because if red is like a light, like a red light, that means green. That means you need green. But if it's like a deep red, it's more blue. And so then you need a different color. I don't mind if I look 48. Okay, so here's the colors. And this is a contour, so it is gonna be dense. And it's just a cool tone, very concrete colored gray. There are demi colors out there that can do this. It's just they're creamy, and I want something dense to hold my makeup on. And that's it. So we're gonna grab that suede. I have a hyperpigmentation here, and I have some coming in up here, and I just use this super lightly. Okay. So we're just gonna go like this. Okay. So we're just sweeping it up, and again, no makeup texture. We want the tone. It's okay to see the stuff. All I'm doing right now is camouflaging, but you're not seeing a cream cover. Okay. Do we have a troll emoji? It's their name and it's their picture. That's the emoji. Okay. Okay. So I have these colors on, and all they're doing is working. These are working colors. I'm gonna take and do my under eyes. This is a big deal for a lot of women, is they have texture. Texture is texture. We can't get rid of this trough. We just don't want to accentuate it, okay? And so I'm gonna take a balm. I did the Aquaphor, and I find everybody's telling me I got the wrong one, and that's okay. I'm gonna go try to find it. I live in a small town where that stuff is hard to come by. Okay. But I found that I needed to rub a lot on and I needed less of this. And so I'm gonna tap a balm on, because I have texture. I have a crepey skin texture under my eyes. And so this helps reduce the look of it being crepey. It hydrates my eye, and it's gonna help with not creasing. All right, so we're gonna grab that balm, and we're putting that under both eyes. So if you have a lot of under eye texture, grab some balm. If you don't need to color correct, but you notice that your colors are crepey, grab some balm. It adds a little slickness to it, and it's really good. Okay. I'm gonna go into my Frenchie color. I use this all the time. And this is faster than demi. And we're just gonna go up and down. And that's it. And again, This is so pigmented. It's a peach tone. There is no makeup texture, but it did just cancel that darkness. I like playing with makeup. I'm a hobbyist. I'm not a cosmetologist. And for me, when I'm looking at makeup, I'm gonna correct some of this darkness over here with Frenchie. When I'm playing with makeup, I just try a color. It's like throwing crap at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I've tried these colors, and if it works, I talk about it. My why is I tried it and it worked. That's my why, and that's all I can give you. Okay, it is not silicone based. I believe it's wax based, and it's not super slick. Tomorrow I'm making a tutorial using Merit because I get a lot of people asking about Merit. I've used it once and I just found it to be a little more greasy. And I finally got the dibs. This is a dual ended. This is comparable in price. I don't know about comparable in anything, but it has a blush side. And then on this side, it has a contour side. I wish that they said on the outside which was which. A little annoyance, but it's not a big deal. But I'm going to try those out tomorrow in a video and I'll let you know. Okay. The peach balm, I love the peach balm. That's the one I use. A lot of people don't like the scent, so they have unscented. And I'm thinking the scented peach balm went away. I didn't see it available. Okay, Saint Balm or a good old fashioned, I didn't like Vaseline. But that's because different things work for different people, and that's why you try it. And if it works, great. And I didn't like the Vaseline, the Aquaphor. I used the lip one, and I thought it worked very comparably to Saints. It's a better price, but hold on, don't need this. There we go. Okay. Peach Balm will likely be back. I mean, all the favorites do come back. And sometimes scented products can burn people's eyes, and there is reactions to it. So the unscented is a good option. At least there's something always available, right? Right. Okay, so let's go in and we're going to do our face. I'm going to try a different contour because it's on the floor over here. Okay. Ta-da. All right. I'm going to do Stone today because it's been talked about. Unless I have a cedar already here. My cedar's dead. It's toast. Oh, I do have cedar. We're going to do that. I like cedar a lot. This one's toast. Let's just pop this out and we're going to put this in. There you go. Okay. You was afraid of the Aquaphor because you saw it causes milia. Yes, somebody was talking about the milia. You don't need it. Okay, I've never had milia. But if it causes milia, don't do it. Keep your eyes peeled. If it comes back, I mean, this week they're coming out with the releases for, they're coming out with, I'm hoping Black Friday deals, and I'm wondering if holiday releases will be out. Okay. We're going to get in. I'm going to use the 3D brush today. Haven't used it in a while. It is a fan favorite, and I'm going to go into my main highlight. So now we're going to talk about just like breaking down the basics for applying 3D foundation. I'm just going to move this just a little bit. I'm really proud that nobody's called me and screwed up my life because my sister always does. All right. I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know. That's why I like doing these lives. I learn a lot from doing these. Okay. Watching different videos is so good. Like, I'm not the end all be all for sure. And I steal ideas from other people all the time. That's where I got the Audrey idea, was from somebody else. Okay. So we're going to go in and we're going to tap onto the more short end, and you always want to tap into your creams when you're starting out. And remember, this is buildable. You're going to do one of two things when you first try Saint. Remember, this is 80% pigmentation. A cream stick is 40%, okay? And a liquid foundation is 18%. So it's way more pigmented than both of those products. So you're gonna get really good coverage with very little product on your face. I'm working on the rattle and roll video. But time, kids, life, things. Okay, but when you're using this product, you're either gonna over apply, like I did. I look like a birthday cake for about a week, and I could feel it on me and my hair stuck to my face. That's too much product. And then you get really scared and you don't apply enough. And so it's really playing with it. You have 30 days to play with this makeup. Take the time. It's a good product that's going to work with changing skin. You've just got to use it. Okay. So I have the product on, and I'm really just needing to focus this down here and balancing my skin. It's uneven. It has little different spots coming in. I mean, again, I'm turning 44, and I'm just needing to balance this part of my face. I don't need to turn my whole face this color because my face isn't all this color. I've got darkness and shadowing. I've got lightness in areas, light reflecting off of areas. Let's apply our makeup in that way. But if you're used to turning your whole face one color, try it. There's nothing wrong with trying it that way, but I would definitely say go on the lighter coverage side. I'm a medium to full coverage girl. I like the look of makeup. It makes me feel good, and that's all that matters when you're doing your makeup. We don't wear makeup for anybody except ourselves. I want to walk by a window, I want to walk by a mirror, and I want to see myself and feel good. And that's the only reason. That's it. Okay, so I'm going up and down, and I'm focusing it here first. You can sweep, swipe. It really depends on your skin. If you have mature skin, the stipple method is key. Okay, it's going to get it into the skin, get it into the fine lines, get it into the pores so it looks like it's a part of your skin. I like to stipple especially over my discoloration here because I also have that aspen corrector and that suede corrector working together, so I go over it in a stipple method so I'm not swirling and messing up that corrector. And so we're just going to stamp that on, and it's okay. We're going to put this on according to the colors and the structure of our face. We're going to put shadow colors on shadow tones. We're going to put skin tone colors on skin tone colors. We're going to put reflecting areas with reflecting colors, okay? I don't know who Lisa Eldridge is. I'm going to have to look her up. I'll have to look her up. Okay. Grabbing some more, and we're going to go right over here, and I'm going to balance. I'm using the color Athens. My color is still going in and changing. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Okay, so we're going to go up. We're going to go around. I don't know. There's influencers out there that they do a really, really good job. My biggest thing with them is the darn beauty filters. I will never be a high glam applier. Okay, we're going to take that main shade, and I'm going to bring this down. Got something in my throat. Okay. All right. Bringing it around. When you have a textured breakout, you can erase the tone. You're never going to erase the texture. That's under eyes, that's breakouts, that's whatever. But I only want this lower part of my face balanced, and I want this color done. And then I always go under the chin, over that breakout, and then I'll thin it out this way, like that. Okay, and that's all I need for a foundation. You don't need to turn your whole face because, again, it's light right here because the light's reflecting off. It's reflecting off here. It's reflecting. It's reflecting. Those are reflecting areas. So why don't we apply colors in those areas like that? If you have a lot of texture on your chin or your forehead and you have very mature skin, just use your main highlight. It'll be okay because using a color that's too light is going to accentuate those textures. So it's about working with the skin you have. If you send me a color match, I take that all into account, and I may put no brightener needed. And I'll just put that. Okay. Use a tiny and correct and conceal. Let's see. Okay, we're going to go into that brighter color. I'm going to use the pointy end of the 3D brush. So reflecting area, reflecting area, reflecting. It's really just down the middle. I'll use it under my eyes because this is a reflecting area too. And we're just going to add a brighter color, which means I have my main shade and then I have a color that's a little bit lighter. And this is just going to give the illusion of reflecting light, but it's also going to give me the coverage that I want. And using a cream works with the flex of your skin texture and gives it a luminous look. Okay, we're gonna hit the tip right here. I'll do the bridge in a little bit, getting my Cupid's bow and my chin here. And then we can just tap this out, and tap this out. And so I have that brightness here, and then I'm going to put my contour on. Okay. e.l.f. has a new contour liquid. Is it the Halo Glow? I have it. I tried it. I loved how it applied. It didn't last 2 hours. I used it with traditional makeup, my makeup in 2 hours. It settled, and again, I'm 44 and I have deep smile lines. It's all about how it settled into my pores. It settled in to up in this area. It settled into my hair follicles. It really, my makeup just settled bad in 2 hours. So when it comes down to it, it looked really pretty and I loved the look. It needed a lot of maintenance throughout the day. Saint, I get to leave and I don't have to think about it. And so that was it. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I've got my brightening spots on, and now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my shadow tones. So we've got shadowing right over here. We've got shadowing in our cheeks. We've got shadowing on the sides of our nose and our jaw. So let's work with the shadow tones. We're gonna go in. You don't have to overthink this too much. So I'm gonna grab a contour. A contour is different than a bronzer because it's cool, whereas a bronzer is warm. And we're gonna sweep this on this either side of the forehead, okay? I don't even use bronzer when it's winter and fall because it turns me into an Oompa Loompa because my skin just gets so fair. But I just blend it across and then I bring it down to the outsides of my brows. Okay, I have that reflecting light color, that bright color. We're gonna go in on the pointy and we're just gonna pull that out and into that contour. And when the light takes the dark and they come together, it makes this color. Okay. I don't think if you have large, I think creams work better because I find that foundations, the ones I've been trying, and I've tried some expensive ones, I've tried some inexpensive ones, I find they settle and they lay flat on my skin, whereas creams, they give a luminosity to it and it almost accentuates the texture of your skin rather than, accentuates it in a positive way rather than emphasizing the depths. Does that help? Okay, we're gonna grab that cedar color and always, again, stamp. We have our natural shadows here. I wanna start above it. And I like cedar, I like ash, I like olive because they work well with hyperpigmentation. It just erased my hyperpigmentation. We're gonna do a little experiment here and we'll talk about it at the end. But I'm putting that contour on directly on my cheekbone, and as I blend it, it goes into that natural crevice of my cheekbone hollow. If I go right into it, it's gonna pull it down, it's gonna take up real estate down here, and we'd rather blend it and it blends down into the natural shadow. So we start above the shadow and it will blend down into here. So we start up here because we don't want it down here. And I always work in an upward motion, and because I use that suede corrector, I'm stamping over it. I don't swirl over it because I want that suede to stay where I put it. And I want it to work with the colors I lay on top and hold them there all day. Okay? Okay. That's it. Contours don't need, they can be bold if you want them to be. I like everyday makeup. I wear mine in a natural way. I'm just enhancing the shadows that are already there, and it makes me feel good. Okay, we're gonna use our fingers. We're gonna press into the contours, and I'm gonna go into the crook and down. I always go into that natural brow shadow and down, square off the tip. And I have that brightening right there. We're gonna take that short end and we're just gonna tap it out, bringing it to the brow. And we're gonna use that brightening shade to straighten things out. I have a bump, and so I always like to try to bridge it together a little bit right over that bump to help to camouflage it. Okay, take a little finger, like your pinky, grab that brightening color that we put down the middle, and just go right down the middle. It's that easy. I think if you use a brush, it could press it out too far and it can give your nose a wider look than it is. Let's see, what you would suggest out of the contours is the best one to help shadow the nose and enhance dimples on the face. because I know what you look like from our talks, I would say I don't like I don't like shadow contour. I think for me, I think it can look dirty. It's too cool. I would do stone. I would try stone, or I would do ash. Okay. All right, we're gonna give this a little cleanup. I always go in front of the earlobe and down. Blend this one right away when you apply it, because you could forget, because you don't naturally just see that area, except everybody around you will see it and nobody's gonna tell you. And I know that because I've done it. The only person who did finally tell me was my husband. I haven't tried the Anastasia one. But not any cool tone color works. That's not true because there's so many contours. I mean, contours are, I mean, this is a contour. That's not good for everybody. It's very ashy. And so contours are not good for, not all contours are created equal, because you can go light, you can go dark, you can go super dark. I do think you need to look at undertones and hair color. It factors into it too. Because when I went from being a super blonde, because I used to be platinum blonde, when I went from platinum blonde to brunette, I was using indigo contour. When I switched to being a brunette, I couldn't wear indigo contour anymore. It looked terrible, and I had to change it. So a toddler will, yes, a toddler will absolutely tell you. And your husband. And your husband. Okay, we're going to go in. So breaking it down to just being really simple is just main highlight on the beard, and then just work your way up, or work your way, start at the top and work your way down. There's so many ways, and that's what I like about creams, is you have a lot of freedom to apply it in so many ways, because these all work so well together. Whereas if you're using powder contours, those are it does a form of setting, but it also leaves a very matte finish. And that can be very hard to blend when you're putting it on a creamy surface, because it's going to stick and be hard to blend. Okay. You know, my husband was talking to me about this. There's an app, and I keep forgetting the name of it, that is, I get very teachy. Not everybody appreciates it. But I do a lot of teaching with Saint, and then with makeup, and then with selling socially. But yeah, please be teachy. I try. Okay, let's talk about some blushes. My under eyes still aren't even done, and sometimes when I'm doing this and my makeup's not all the way on, I start looking sickly because of the peach. We're gonna stick with that Frenchy color. I like this color because it does more than one thing, and for $16, if you could have something that can correct your under eyes, be a part of your blush and a part of your lip color, that's amazing. And it's really creamy, which makes it work really well for under eyes, but I get scarring, and you can see that it wants to pull through a little bit, so I always apply Frenchy over my scarring, because it works really well with that scarring. You never want to apply your makeup for coverage first. You want to put makeup on for balance. The way these balance each other out should be your first key. I am not Canadian. Not. I've been to Canada. It was so much fun. I drank too much, but it's so much fun. But, okay, we are going to use Frenchy on the apples. It just works so good. And it's something that does more than one thing. More bang for your buck. More bang for your buck. And that's kind of like why I liked Audrey so much, was I could replace these two with Audrey. But again, it's not always available. And I wanted to show it for those who have gotten it and forgotten what they can do with it. But fingers crossed for the holidays. Okay, I'm going to grab Everred, because I want to try it on my cheeks, because I talk about how punchy colors can be and they pull my redness through. Let's see. Okay, I don't know why I'm here. You can go away, Josh. That's okay. Won't hurt my feelings. Ooh, Ooh, UK. Okay, it's coming to the UK this month. They haven't announced the date yet, Carrie, but Saint is releasing to the UK this month. So let's do a color match. I think it's limited on what can go there, but I don't have all the details. They haven't released all the details. When they became the affiliate program, we got locked out of a lot. Kind of really tripped my trigger a little bit because I like knowing all the things. I'm a control freak. I'm a helicopter mom. So, yeah. Okay, we're gonna take Everred. This is Everred, and it comes out every holiday, and every holiday, and everybody needs Everred. I get on here and tell everybody what they need all the time. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna grab. Oh, I need to keep that out. Okay, we're gonna grab Everred. Now this is a beautiful berry. It looks scary. Yes. Okay. I'm so glad you subscribed. If you click the link. I'm trying to talk. If you click the link and go to Shop Saint, fill out the information to create an account. It will add you to my email list. And as soon as they release to the UK, I will be letting all of my email people know. I'll be letting everybody know, but my email gets told first. Okay. As a clueless shopper, I tell everybody what they need. You need Everred. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, now when I swatch things, I swatch them to their boldest color, but it also goes on very beautifully light. It doesn't have to be this, it can be this, but it can also be that. Like they blend down, like look at that. It's such a pretty color and it's bright, it's very holiday. It comes out every holiday season. I need to make YouTube shorts. They're hard. They're not as easy as they look. I will be making one because, again, I want this brush to get released to customers. And I use shorts to spit out information. So subscribe, turn on notifications, because once the Black Friday deals are announced, I will make a short for them. When it releases to the UK, there will be a short. I do use shorts. I use those as more of like a commercial to the channel. Does that make sense? Okay. Yay. Okay. We're going to grab, I don't know why I wiped it off my finger. We're going to grab Everred. So I have Frenchie on the apples because as you mature, you lose volume in your cheeks. If you know, you know. But you want that punchy color. So I'm going to take, YouTube in general is hard. It is hard. But it is my most fun platform. My most fun. We're going to pop this up here. Look at how pretty that is. Okay? Grabbing it. Now this is a gloss. I don't typically use glosses because I'm oily. But this one and Fig, I will. Okay, so we're gonna take, I'm using the short end of the brush and we're gonna start here first. We're gonna lightly blend this out and then I'm gonna bring it down to Frenchie because it will work. Frenchie goes with everything. I don't care what you say. I know there's a big tobacco. If you're very fair toned, it can be a punchy color and on its own, but most people who use Frenchie find that it falls flat. I'm gonna grab it. This Everred picks up very easy. But I love it. Okay, we're gonna blend this out. Over here, we're gonna smile, bring it down to Frenchie. It's so pretty. I'm gonna grab a fluffy brush. Let's grab the shape brush. The shape brush is a holiday stocking stuffer. If you have a teen, this is your stocking stuffer for teens along with Saint's brush cleaner because they can use this with traditional makeup. They can both. You can apply your blushes, your powders, your bronzers, whatever they're using, they can use this brush. And when they go to clean their brushes, this can be used with traditional makeup too. Really nice. The other nice thing about Saint is it doesn't stain your clothes. So if you drip foundation on you, you know that shirt's toast. It's not coming out. Saint washes out. It always washes out. Okay, so that's Everred on the cheeks. Now we're gonna add under eyes. I always do my under eyes last because I always sometimes get a little out of hand with my blush. So let's do the under eyes. We have that natural shine right here. I call it the happy bucket. Look at that little happy bucket. And we just pop it in there. And I use white peach. Really just depends on everybody's skin tone. I bring it up into that inner corner. And then I'm gonna follow that orbital bone up. Okay, and this is gonna clean up, add lift to the eye. And then we're gonna go under. Use that fluffy end right there. The blend brush is my favorite brush. I like the shape brush, but you have to get the silver shape brush, and that's why I call it a stocking stuffer. It's on sale, it's limited edition, because when it's gone, they changed it and it looks just like the blend brush, except this end is a little longer, and no, it sucks. The gold shape brush sucks. Don't get it. You need the silver one. Really good stocking stuffer for people. And again, it's on sale. It's on sale all the time. You don't have to wait for Black Friday. It's on sale right now. But look at how pretty that is. Just adding that and then using that fluffy end to bring together. Oh, it just finishes the face. Finishes the face. And do you see the way? Oh, finishes the face, guys. Happy bucket. Right in there. And then we just bring that up into that inner corner. I think using a cream and a bright cream. So if you feel that you have a lot of texture under your eye, let's switch to my main shade over here. It's not even a big difference. We're gonna pop that main shade under the eye, bring it up to the soft tissue last. That's a soft, delicate tissue, easily texturized by too much product. That's what happens with those tarts. People are like, oh, it creates texture. It's just because they use too much, but it's also thinner. And I notice my darkness pulls through halfway through the day. Okay. Let's see. How would you describe my undertone? I don't know. I think I'm a warm tone. I don't know what color that is. I think I'm a warm tone, and I don't know. I just try colors, and then what works, works. I'm bad at knowing my undertones, but when I color match people, I'm really good about I go with cool to warm, and I always seem to do okay. Okay, so this is with my main highlight, and this is with a brightening highlight. So it's up to you, but if you have mature eyes and you want that brightness, you can grab, let's find a brush I can actually use. Let me see. Stand by. Okay, I'm gonna take a spot brush, really simple. If you use your main shade on your soft tissue because you find that you have too much texture and you don't want to accentuate it in a bad way, use your main highlight underneath. Then you can go into a brightening highlight and you just add it right here. And then you can tap it out, okay? And that will give you that brightness look that you want, but you're not using a shimmer, so it's not gonna get gunky. You know what I mean? It's not going to accentuate the fine lines of your eyes because it's a cream. And I like using this better. It's a more natural, bright way than anything. So it's entirely up to you. I'm in this deep today. All the time, man. I don't know what happened. Okay, brows are easy. I do them last because when I apply my makeup, let's set it. Spray your face. Trying to see if this is going to start leaking again. Feather blotting powder, another really good stocking stuffer. This powder replaced all my vanilla dust. I got rid of all of them and I don't use them. I'm going to use the silver shape brush and I can go over. Do you see this skin texture? I can go over it with the blotting dust and it blurs it so well. It sets my makeup. I love it. Do you see that? And it's because it has these shiny little flecks in it. So I'm going to take it. You can see it on there. I'm going to start outward and I work in and up and going down the pores and around my high crease. These are all my no-no zones where I tell people you can't do that. But look at how nice that it finishes everything. And it still gives you that dewy finish, but you're not jumping to greasy. Like I jump to greasy so fast. And remember the days when we used to put lipstick on, powder, and then lipstick? You get to do that with your blush and it will help it stay longer. It's so good. So I'm just gonna grab that Ever Red and I'm just gonna go over a little bit on my high points. And because it's sandwiched with that powder in between, it's gonna last so good. So good, so fast, so easy. If you feel like you have texture, you put setting spray back over it and you just press it in with the same powdery brush. Easy, so easy. I am oily and I jump to greasy like that. And using the blotting dust with the Plush and Prep, it has hyaluronic acid in it, has been a huge, huge game changer for the longevity of my makeup. I used to have to keep things with me all the time in my car and I haven't had to retouch my makeup at all. And I notice it at the end of the day, and I mean like 9 p.m. I notice that I don't have to, that my makeup still looks really nice. But then you can go in, once your makeup is all set, and go in and draw on your brows like I do, which is so easy. I like a good structured brow. Always, if you have mature eyes and you're wanting to add some length and some lift, come in a millimeter or two on the inner corner of your brows. Okay, just come in another millimeter and it will add some length. And then bring it really far out and more up. And it just adds, it finishes. Eyebrows matter. I don't care what you say. And I always say, you start at the inner corner at the bottom and you just gotta draw that nice structured hard line. That helps accentuate the arch of your brows. And then you just extend that tail. I go almost halfway through my temple. Everybody's different. And then I go a quarter of the way in and I build up again that arch on the top. And then I extend it down to that tail. And then I could just fill it in. Grab a little more. Always flick off. And then again, you just add that extra millimeter to the front. And then you just flick, 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 blend, blend, blend. I don't always use my brow wax. If you have really long brow hairs, then yeah, use brow wax. If you don't need to. It's an unnecessary thing. All right, let's put some Everred and Frenchie. Again, I like something that does more than one thing. So I am gonna take, what brush? My 3D brush. I'm gonna grab a little bit of my contour and I'm just gonna accentuate this shadow, and this shadow. And it just adds a little curl to my lip, okay? And then we can add our lip color. That's right, I forgot to grab a lip brush when I went away. So we're gonna grab the multitasker brush, okay? And we're going to, okay. Some say keep brows light to make you look youthful, but I see strong brows. Everybody's different. Everybody's face structure is different. And also everybody's preference on how their face looks. Like there are some people, when I was doing a wedding this summer, I'm gonna line my lips with Everred while I talk. I was doing a wedding this summer and she doesn't like structured brows like mine. She wanted more natural. I said, okay, can I meet you in the middle? Because when we do your pictures, they're going to look light, but in person, they're gonna look structured. And she said, fine. And she let me structure her brows and she didn't like them when she was looking at herself in the mirror. And I said, okay, well, go take a couple pictures and tell me what you think. Do you see how this bright, scary red is not nearly as bright as you think? Okay, and so it's really just a preference. If you try it light and you don't like it, like I feel like it looks like I don't have brows when I do them light. And that's how I look to me in the mirror. And the way I apply my makeup is meant to make me feel my most confident. It's not meant to impress anybody else. I will say people take me more seriously when I'm wearing makeup. People take me more seriously when I have straight hair. It's weird the way society views people. People curly, natural curly hair like mine, or like mine. I'm gonna go with like mine because it's the way I get treated. I even did this as an experiment in school where we went out and we went into stores and we went dressed in our natural way. Less makeup, street clothes, curly hair. And I went into very certain stores, high end, low end, medium. I went into these stores and I marked down how I was treated in the stores. I went back the next day, dressed a little nicer, straighter hair, better makeup. And people treated me a lot differently. And it's just the nature. If I know I have a meeting, my hair is straight and my makeup's done. Because if I go in curly, they think I'm messy, they think I'm stupid. It's just the nature of the beast. I'm not as dumb as I look. Sometimes it works to my advantage though. Okay, lined with MAC Everred. Then I'm gonna go in with that Frenchie I put under my eyes on my cheeks. We're gonna add that to the Everred. And it just, you can have it be your holiday red lip, but you can also have it be just a really pretty color. So the color on my lips is also the color on my cheeks, and they don't even look the same, but they are. Some people like a good dark liner. I used to back in the 90s. But yeah, okay. What color did I put on my brows? I use Trust. I always use Trust. I used to use Oak, and I found that I would have to get the brush wet to get the depth, so I just started using Trust. Trust looks like Oak when it's wet, so if you have Oak, get the brush wet, and you can use it for both. Okay, Ever Red is beautiful, and it will be out for the holidays. It's out every single year, and it's going to be in a full size, not in the little square that I have. They did an advent calendar once, and they had it. But that's my makeup. This was a long one. It's always long on Mondays. I can't wait for holiday releases. So please subscribe to my channel. Please turn on notifications, because as soon as the holiday releases are released for Black Friday, do I have a color? No, there is no color similar to Russian Red, just Russian Red. And I have Russian Red. And my daughters always want me to put on Russian Red. That's Fired Up. Fired Up is a really pretty one. That's pink though. I have too many lipsticks. That's the hard thing. This is what I don't like about MAC. They all look the same, Russian Red. You're not going to find another color like that, honestly, and it's so good. I just say buy Russian Red. I mean, you'll have it for years. I've had this for 3 years. It's good. It's good. I like to actually pair it with their MAC. Oh boy. Sweetie. This is their Powder Kiss Liquid Lip Color in the color C10 Sweetie. This is a great lip liner to go with Russian Red. It's so pretty. You can put it under, over Russian Red, and it goes really well together. So it's a little bit deeper, whereas Russian Red is very bright. Okay, Ruby Woo. I have that one somewhere. I have a lot of reds. I really like the Pat McGrath. This one's also really good. This one stays a little bit longer, but I also like taking those matte liquid lips and then topping them with a lipstick too, and they wear down. You could also go on Amazon. I got this thing. This is a lip liner stay-in pen. This is the color I have. But you can stain your lips red and then put your lip color on top, and then when it wears down, it's a fun little holiday hack where you stain your lips and then you put your lip color on, so as it wears down, you still have a bit of punch to it, and it's so, so good. Okay, let's see. Today's live was long. I'm so glad for those that stayed. Again, holiday releases are coming. Stocking stuffer season is here. Make the socks special. They're such a rite of passage in my family. Like, if you don't have kids, you don't get to be a part of it, because a part of it means like the magic's gone. But then when it becomes this like ritual where it's like the lights go out, the kids go to bed, and then you quietly with your wine glass are picking off the stockings and you lay them out, and then you start putting stuff away. You make it into a ritual that takes while the magic kind of goes away, because that's how it was for me and my sister. We were like, the magic's gone. The magic goes away, but at the same time, as that goes away, you're brought into this very special little thing where everybody brings something special for the socks, and it's so like cheeky fun, middle of the night fun you get to have, and then the kids wake up, and that is the new magic. So socks are where it's at. I have a rule. When you move out, I have a 24-year-old son. He turns 24 next week. He gets a sock, and he gets 3 gifts under the tree. And that's what it turns into as adults, because then you can focus on the grandkids while still letting the parents still feel special because they're your babies. And then guests always get a sock. I always keep felt and sock little stencils and stuff, and then them and their guests get to go and sit down and make a sock together. Everybody always gets a sock. There's always little extra things. So socks are magic. Do not take away, like, there's always magic to be had. It's just how you create it. It's so good. And the same goes for Thanksgiving. The smell of the house, the day of, like, the way our house is laid out, everybody hangs out in my kitchen dining room. Everybody hangs out and we have fun. I'm cooking the whole time. We're listening to music, making fun of usually me, but we have so much fun, and then you spend 15 minutes eating. And it's just like, it's so much fun listening to the music. I just like creating holidays that aren't about the gifts, just your presence is the present. And so I created a gingerbread day that's about getting together for Christmas without it being about gifts. So like if my son can't be home for Christmas, but he can come home for gingerbread day. So I get to give him all of his gifts on gingerbread day for him to take home and put under his tree. I don't make him open them right then. It's part of filling up his tree and making it special. When he starts having a family, those things can go back with them, and I still get a holiday with them if I can't have the holiday with them. You can still make magic. You have a whole month to make magic. And you get and you can make November magic. Like my kids love watching me set the table. And their memory will be me screaming, "Don't touch the table." I don't let anybody help me with my table. I'm going to make a short on my table because it is my favorite part of Thanksgiving Eve. Okay, let me see here. Hold on. I've been missing some things. Let's see. This lip stain, it's off of Amazon, and I think it's $12, and I will put a link for the lip stain on my link tree after this, so there is a link for it with this. Are these cream products available in India? They are not available in India. I don't know if they're opening up to India, but by the end of the year, they are opening up to other countries. This one's pretty good, and you can leave it on for 10 to 30 minutes before you peel it off. It doesn't turn blue either. Okay. Thank you, Craig. What are you using for moisturizer and primer before applying the makeup? Right now, I am using Beauty Society Skincare, and I use my setting spray, the Plush and Prep. It's comparable to Charlotte Tilbury. I don't think Charlotte Tilbury has hyaluronic acid in it, but that's what I use. I use a beauty blender to apply it before, and that's my primer. I used to use Milk Hydro Grip. It replaced that, but I did like the Milk Hydro Grip. What are you using from, let's see. Oops, hold on. Sorry, I hit something. Okay. I love the holidays. I geek out on the holidays. Okay. I don't know. It was a long weekend. My son's going through a breakup. I really want him to come home for the holidays now. But I like making as many days special as possible. My dream this year is I like adding little things every year. But for my gingerbread day, I want to add Mrs. Claus. Like, she doesn't get enough credit. And I want to have her come to the house with a little gift and to read a book to the kids after we decorate gingerbread houses. I think it would be super special. Somebody gave me the name of a company to do that with, so it's not just some stranger. But I love making the holidays special. And that way nobody, because it's like your kids are going to grow up, they're going to meet people, and then they have to start sharing holidays. And what if you can make a day that's like 2-3 weeks before the holiday that they can come for? We get the Tom Cruise cake. Have you guys heard of the Tom Cruise cake? Like, let's just sit back and talk about the Tom Cruise cake. I found the bakery. So Tom Cruise sends a cake to his co-stars. It's a white chocolate coconut bundt cake. And he sends it to all of it. He doesn't eat it. I think he just does it to make them all fat so he can look good. I don't know, but everybody talks about this cake. Like the guy who played Superman talks about it. Kirsten Dunst talks. Like, there's interviews to be found everywhere, people talking about this cake. So I went and deep dived, and I found that it comes from Doan's Bakery in LA, and you can find it on goldbelly.com. And it's not a Scientology thing. It is not. He's done it forever. This has nothing to do with Scientology. This is a cake. He does it for their birthdays. This is not Scientology. No, I don't. But this cake is the only cake my husband eats. And so you can order it and they ship it. I was like, surely they're shipping it. So then I was like, they gotta be. They do. They make them, bulk make them, they flash freeze them, and then they ship them. But I have to order it. I ordered mine in September was when, and you can watch it to see when your date opens up. So I always have it sent to me the week of Thanksgiving, so I can, whenever gingerbread day is in December, I got the cruise cake. And it is everybody's favorite part, is getting to eat the cruise cake. Like, my husband hopes nobody eats it so he can eat the whole thing himself. And he isn't a sweets guy. He's a pie man. But he is a cruise cake man. And it is so, so good. I'm not going to get into the religious stuff, but let's see. Pick the best day that works for our family and everyone else. Yes, I'm a military family too. I'm Coast Guard brat. I'm not military, but my dad was. And so growing up, we were being shipped every 1.5 to 2 years. That's back when they used to ship people out around all the time. So I've never started and finished at the same school. I have a span of years that I don't remember from moving too much. But military families, I love that they can create. Oh, I used to love the Coast Guard Christmas parties. Those were always so much fun. I still have pictures from them. They were so good. And they used to have the Coast Guard guys go around in the housing, because we lived in Coast Guard housing, military housing, and they used to have them run on the roof of the house so the kids thought Santa was coming. We thought it was an earthquake, but it was so much fun and they would dress up as like elves. And so when you would go outside to catch them running with the ladder, you'd see elves running down the road. It was so much fun. Military life can be so good, but so hard. I guess they have cupcakes too. They might have like, I don't know. It's just the white shot. So look up goldbelly.com and you can schedule it out. Okay. I am crafty. Dude, I made that. I didn't make the picture, but I made the hang. It's just like, it was so easy. I do some crafts. I make my own little pumpkins. I get super crafty. And you just craft a little every year and then you end up with a great collection. Okay. The whole family does make sacrifices. I always get so, like, it was so nice when, like, I don't know how it is with all military, but when my dad retired, they do things for the family too because they sacrifice a lot. Okay. What is wrong with people? Okay. All right. So that's it. I'm going to stop now because, woo, this is my longest one so far, but that's because you guys got me talking about holidays. Okay. I can't bake. I can't bake. I can cook. I can't bake. My cakes always end up like pancakes. I can't bake. So that's it. That's my face. Thank you for being here. Welcome to November. I love it. I love it. It's Thanksgiving. I'm getting all my pumpkins out this week. It's going to be Pumpkin Palooza. Our tradition is we make a new pumpkin picture every year to hang on the wall, and it will eventually have this huge gallery wall. I bought oil paints. My husband's supposed to be finishing the pilgrim picture. We'll see. We'll see. Otherwise, the girls and I are painting another picture, but I love our gallery walls. If you're not a part of my Instagram, go join it. It's on my link tree. I put all kinds of stuff up about it. And so, happy birthday, hairbrush. My birthday's on the 24th. My son's on the 14th. It's a busy month. Okay. Have a great day.